Who gives this woman away in holy matrimony?
I do.
Who gives this woman away in holy matrimony?
I do.
I would like to welcome you all, friends, family, who have traveled from near and far to be a part of this celebration of the wedding of our beloved Danielle and Shannon. I think that this is an extremely fitting place to have this wedding, not only because of its beauty and history, but its significance to Danielle's family. Danielle remembers coming here for shows when she was a teenager, and her family to this day is still season ticket holders, a tradition that they've brought Shannon into. But I don't think that the significance is just the historical. Every time that they come here in the future, every time they enter those doors, they'll remember this moment, this precious time together where they made this ceremony happen. So please, welcome to all of you. Danielle and Shannon would like to thank you for your presence here and ask for your blessing, encouragement, and lifelong support in their decision to be married. Now, I would ask Bonnie Malum to come for our first reading.
Reading from Anne Morrow Lindbergh's Gift from the Sea. When you love someone, you do not love them all the time in exactly the same way from moment to moment. It is an impossibility. It is even a lie to pretend to. And yet, this is exactly what most of us demand. We have so little faith in the ebb and flow of life, of love, of relationships. We leap at the flow of life, of the tide, and resist in terror its ebb. We are afraid it will never return. We insist on permanency, on duration, on continuity. When the only continuity possible in life, as in love, is in growth, in fluidity, in freedom, in the sense that the dancers are free, barely touching as they pass, but partners in the same pattern. The only real security is not in owning or possessing, not in demanding or accepting, not even in hoping. Security in a relationship lies neither in looking back to what was nostalgia, nor forward to what might be, in dread or anticipation, but living in the present relationship and accepting it as it is now. Relationships must be like islands. One must accept them for what they are, here and now. Within their limits, islands, surrounded and interrupted by the sea, and continually visited and abandoned by the tides.
For our second reading, I invite Shelley Hewitt to come up.
It's a quote on love by Bob Marley. Only once in your life, I truly believe, you find someone who can completely turn your world around. You tell them things that you've never shared with another soul, and they absorb everything you say and actually want to hear more. You share hopes for the future, dreams that will never come true, goals that were never achieved, and the many disappointments life has thrown at you. When something wonderful happens, you can't wait to tell them about it, knowing that they will share in your excitement. They are not embarrassed to cry with you when you are hurting or laugh with you when you make a fool of yourself. Never do they hurt your feelings or make you feel like you're not good enough, but rather they build you up and show you things about yourself that make you special and even beautiful. There is never any pressure, jealousy, or competition, but only a quiet calmness when you are there around them. You can be yourself and not worry about what they will think of you because they love you for who you are. The things that seem insignificant to most people, such as a note, a song, or a walk, become invaluable treasures kept safe in your heart to cherish forever. Memories of your childhood come back and are clear and vivid. It's like being young again. Colors seem brighter and more brilliant. Laughter seems part of daily life when before it was infrequent or didn't exist at all. A phone call or two during the day helps get you through a long day's work and always brings a smile to your face. In their presence, there's no need for continuous conversation, but you find you're quite content in just having them nearby. Things that never interested in you before become fascinating because you know they are important to this person who is special to you. You think of this person on every occasion and everything you do. Simple things bring them to mind, like a pale blue sky, gentle wind, or even a storm cloud on the horizon. You open your heart knowing that there's a chance that may be broken one day. And in opening your heart, you experience a love and a joy that you never dreamed possible. You find that being vulnerable is the only way to allow your heart to feel true pleasure that's so real it scares you. You find strength in knowing you have a true friend and possibly a soulmate who will remain loyal to the end. Life seems completely different, exciting, and worthwhile. Your only hope and security is knowing that they are part of your life.
Marriage is one of the greatest adventures that two people can embark on together. It's often said that two lives are joined, that two become one. As I was preparing this service, I reached out to family and friends and asked some questions. I asked specifically for some words to describe you two, and I'm going to list some of them off now. It was amazing to me how often the same words were used. I'm not going to tell you who said what or about whom it was. I'll leave that for you to figure out. Loyal, competitive.
That's me.
That was actually both of you. Funny. That was more you.
We're not you.
On time.
Not.
Thoughtful. Kind. Big-hearted. Loving. I think it's telling that all except one of those describes you both. Everyone can see how well the two of you complement each other. How, having found each other, it's opened you both up. Your joy with each other is obvious. And that's what marriage is about. It's more than two becoming one. It's about two being improved by the presence of the other. You grow together, you change together, you push each other to be better, and you want to be better because of the other. Marriage is solidifying all of those little commitments and promises and what-ifs that you've been sharing over the years. They've all built to you being here right now with each other. Marriage is a never-ending series of compromise, but with trust, love, and compassion, it never feels like sacrifice. Marriage is a long road, but don't get stuck in the ruts. Look for ways to celebrate your love, whether it's in grand gestures like Shannon's wedding proposal, or the small things like the Post-it notes that Danielle leaves, or the flowers that Shannon buys. Stand by each other. Validate each other's feelings. Don't stop believing in your love for each other. Always tell each other that everything's okay. The two of you together, you can do anything. And now, Shannon and Danielle will exchange vows and rings. Bridesmen, please present the rings. Danielle, repeat after me. Shannon,
Shannon,
I vow to support you, push you, inspire you, and above all, love you.
I vow to support you, push you, inspire you, and above all, love you.
For better or worse,
For better or worse,
in sickness and health,
in sickness and in health,
for richer or poorer,
for richer or poorer,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
I take you to be my spouse.
I take you to be my spouse.
I promise to choose you every day,
I promise to choose you every day,
to love you and cherish you,
to love you and cherish you,
and to do the hard work of making now into always.
and to do the hard work of making now into always.
Shannon, repeat after me. Danielle,
Danielle,
I vow to support you, push you, inspire you, and above all, love you.
I vow to support you, push you, cherish you, and above all,
Love you.
love you.
For better or worse,
For better or worse,
in sickness and health,
in sickness and in health,
for richer or poorer,
for richer or poorer,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
I take you to be my spouse.
I take you to be my spouse.
I promise to choose you every day,
I promise to choose you every day,
to love you and cherish you,
to love you and cherish you,
and to do the hard work of making now into always.
and do the hard work of making now into always.
Shannon and Danielle will now exchange rings to symbolize their commitment and the bond they are forming today. It is an outward sign of their love for each other and a constant reminder of the promise that they have made here before God and all of us assembled here. Shannon, place your ring upon Danielle's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Danielle, place your ring upon Shannon's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
What God has joined together, let no one tear asunder. I now pronounce you married. You may kiss your bride.